in front of the t-shirt. She said that it looks like this will be a little more natural, but she couldn't have expected that. It is the act of goodwill helped her avoid a disaster later. That day, a mixer broke into her house. When discovered by Mrs. Sandy, the mixer pushed her to the ground. At the same time, the aliens in the old, a few kilometers away, saw this scene. Its head immediately lit up blue. His eyes showed a hint of confidence. Then the blue light slowly disappeared. Soon after, the police arrived at the house. Mrs. Sandy. She was not seriously injured. On the contrary, the name mixed up a little because of the head. He suddenly exploded because there is no evidence to prove it. Mrs. Sandy killed the bastard. The police were unable to arrest her. After everything is handled, Mrs. Sandy hurried to Mr. Milton's house. Just saw the aliens. She hugged him tightly and wept. And Mr. Milton didn't expect that the call, bringing an alien back, bringing huge changes too. My life is so good. A few days ago, late at night, Mr. Milton was fast asleep when hit by an explosion. Big awakening. Hear the noise. He opened the back door of the house, and the scene in front of him, throughout causing him to have a heart attack. Unexpectedly, there was a plate, flew down the field, behind his house. He tried to call the police address, but the general manager thinks that it is a jokes and the national machine immediately. He also tried calling his daughter, but my daughter didn't pick up the phone, so she could only leave a message in voicemail. When he opened the door to check again, then I saw an outsider. Weak essence. Mr. Milton did not dare to approach nor know what to do, so you have to recount this in the meeting. Villagers the next day. However, no one believed his words. Everyone thought he was confused. Should speak nonsense. Just like that, the flying saucer and the aliens has been lying in his yard for 3 days. That night, the aliens recover a little strength. It gently lifts its head to the bed, as if to ask for help from Mr. Milton. Seeing it look poor, Mr. Milton quickly put one on it, feet, and placed a glass of water next to it. The next morning, Mr. Milton discovers aliens. The spirit has moved to the edge of the bushes. It looks like it's very cold. Mr. Milton was a little apprehensive, but still want to withdraw. So he stood 2 meters away and waved his hand motion for him to enter the house. Do you want to go inside? It's warmer indoors. Although the aliens didn't say anything, but he seemed to understand what Mr. Milton meant. Therefore, Luann carefully put it in the house. Mr. Milton is also gracious and standard, with a tray of food. But this creature only eats 1 apple. Seeing this, Mr. Milton immediately came to the super. I bought a lot of apples for him. When the treasury staff inquired, he frankly replied that buying 4 aliens at home. Culture shock bankers thought to himself that this old man must be sick, not mildly. Arriving home, Mr. Milton introduced him to the alien in terms of indoor devices. The alien still didn't say anything, just quietly followed Mr. Milton. And Mr. Milton ignored it. Keep talking non-stop as if he understood everything he was saying. And the appearance of small creatures. This baby seems to have carried a little joy for life. Mr. Milton's loneliness. At least now he have a person to chat with, can speak all their thoughts. But what he didn't know was that the pillar has discovered that there is an object. The strange body fell to the earth and was intensively searching for the flying place. Moreover, the fact that he bought a lot of apples was also discovered by his daughter when shopping. Thungan staff told the whole story, what Mr. Milton said that day, to his daughter. Do you think he's joking? In him, it doesn't seem. What are you joking? So the daughter immediately ran to find Mr. Milton. Said that he wanted to take him away. Health checks. Mr. Milton has affirmed that he is affirming, I am not sick. But his daughter insisted, saying that only when the doctor confirmed it. So you can rest assured. At that moment, the phone in the house sows. His daughter also has urgent work to go right away. So Mr. Milton missed it again. Opportunity to prove to others about existence of aliens. That afternoon, Mr. Milton's close friend, Mrs. Sandy, went to the house to borrow a printer. But when entering the door, she exclaimed in surprise, Heaven and earth. What is this? Remember the disc, find down on my yard? This little creature is from within it. Send it. This is Mrs. Sandy. Is my best friend. At first, Mrs. Sandy was both scared and amazed, but then get excited again, because this is enough to prove that the Min Earth is not alone. Mrs. Sandy reminded Mr. Milton absolutely not to tell others. Otherwise, it will be the same as in the movies. Both the alien and Mr. will be arrested for study. From that day on, Mrs. Sandy also found a subject to confess. Just take the time to spend. Is that she will often Come and chat with aliens. Through words, it can be seen, she was really happy. But the reality reflects that her daily life was very lonely. Even when talking to unknown aliens, said that she could also, talking for half a day. That day, the alien drew a box and put it on the board. Mr. Milton saw the drawing but do not understand its meaning. Just think that single aliens, too unwanted to give him a painting. When out on the field, he just discovered aliens, has started to repair the flight area. Mr. Milton said, "Oh, it turns out that you started repairing the ship. Stranded on another planet and it must be very difficult. Hope you can fix it quickly. Thank you for the painting. It's beautiful." That afternoon, Mr. Milton was deceived by his daughter. Take intelligence tests. Have to do a series of very childish inspection. Mr. Milton felt angry about his daughter, not trusting and deceiving themselves. Then quarreled for a while. Garlic with my daughter. Angrily walked more than 10 kilometers home. Because I was so frustrated in my heart. He turned to outsiders, planet to confide in. My daughter thinks I'm sick. Even thought I was dead. The ability to take care of yourself. Is it because I asked for it? Fix your TV a few times, but even if the aliens understand what you say, it also can't respond. Completely impossible to relieve sadness in his heart. Mr. Milton could only call his son, boys who are working far away, but the father and son did not see each other for 10 years. The conversation became unfamiliar, made Mr. Milton's mood even more, become sadder. Perhaps this is the suffering of the old people who live alone. There is no one around to show off, and even if there is, no one understands them. So, Mr. Milton and Mrs. Sandy considers outsiders. The planet is like a grandson to take care of, and buy it the best apples. Give it t-shirts that young people like. Even put it on the cute name is Zeus. At the same time, another lonely old man is Mrs. Joyce watching the news. Seeing the news about having a satellite fell into her town, and the space agency cannot be found. Its exact location. If anyone can provide a piece of salt, it will receive a $10,000 reward. Mrs. Joyce immediately remembered the story of Mr. Milton having a flying saucer fell into the backyard. So she immediately ran over Mr. Milton's house to take a look. I didn't expect to see them having dinner, along with aliens. She immediately pressed the middle door. Mrs. Sandy looked through the cat's eyes and saw that Mrs. Joyce hurriedly told Mr. Milton to give. Zeus went to the hot pot to hide. "Hi, Mrs. Joyce. How are you?" I'm having dinner. Do you want to participate?" "I've seen people, aliens." "God. This is the person this real alien. Mrs. Joyce is a person with a lively personality. She wanted to touch Zeus, but was stopped by Mr. Milton. After discussion, all three agreed to keep this secret. At that moment, Zeus suddenly handed them a painting. On it is still the image of a fox, but this time the number has increased to 7. This is not the first time such a picture appears. They think that Zeus must be trying convey a certain message. That day, Mrs. Sandy received she called from a stranger. That person was suddenly sent from the high. Dawn came to chat with her. This is something that Mrs. Sandy has done a lot. Proposed to the market. I hope that some young people can be sent to chat with people, old people living alone. This proposal has not been proposed before, ever accepted. So when you receive a call, Mrs. Sandy was very excited. Not as lucky as expected, but giving. The man entered the house. During the conversation, the man said he wanted to go to the bathroom. But, in fact, he sneaked upstairs too, stealing Mrs. Sandy's jewelry. And right after that, a video primer scene. Zeus saved Mrs. Sandy by how to shine blue light. Mrs. Sandy had not seen her child for 3 years. This time, Zeus saved her life. It made her feel even warmer, which she has not had for a long time. At the same time, the three of them also realized that Zeus had no ill will towards them, even consider them as relatives. That day, all 4 of them drank afternoon tea together. I was chatting in a drunken cave. Suddenly, he saw a strange smell. It seems to be the smell of rotten meat. When you go out to watch, they discovered the body of a dead cat. On its body there are wheel marks. Maybe it was run over by a car. Then Zeus brought it here. He wants a cat. I said. He wants the media message for us. Listen to my analysis. Let me see. This is his spaceship. When they look closely, they realize that in the face, that painting is not a fox but a cat. And because the cat is of this quality, the number of cats on the picture has reduced from 7 to 6. and plus a flying saucer. That means Zeus needs 6 more cats button to start the flying saucer. As strange as it sounds, but it is not unreasonable. For Zeus hitherto ate only apples, eat nothing else. Seeing this, Mr. Milton called his daughter, working in the veterinary hospital. Ask if you can find the hide. Where are the cats? Nevertheless, those strange actions only make you, Mr. Milton's daughter, misunderstood even more. As a result, they can't find what source to get a cat's sharpness. So Mr. Milton and Mrs. Sandy had to go out to the street to search. Meanwhile, the police have not yet given up on their jobs. Investigation of Miss Sandy. They doubt the quality of the thief is very suspicious and sent 2 police officers to monitor her. Driving speed of 20 kilometers on time. Mrs. Sandy's our maid. They are even more suspicious. And when they stopped the car, the police looked at it and face more and more that day. They only found 2 cats. There are still 4 children missing. I don't know what to do. Mrs. Joyce promised for sure that this would be. Let her take care. And the next day, she actually brought back 3 cats. However, when they are discussing how to find the last cat, the door suddenly sewed. Mrs. Joyce ran out and peeked through the window when immediately saw that the situation was extremely unstable. They were very similar to commandos. Are they wearing commando clothes? It looks like in that movie. Quickly, take Zeus upstairs. Where has it gone? All 3 of them immediately set up a new foundation. I don't know what to do. Fortunately, after waiting for when you don't see what you mean, the agents have left. Nevertheless, a situation like this is also cannot last forever. They must be found quickly, the last cat. At that time, Mr. Minton made a very 3-dot suggestion. He said that it was better to take her cat. Joyce goes. It was no longer audible, no longer visible, can no longer walk. It's almost time to go first. Mrs. Joyce replied, I treat him as my child. How could he say such a word? Although Mrs. Joyce said so, but in her heart she was really moved. After all, her cat had been sick for a long time. Prolonging life is probably just a torture for it. After thinking carefully, Mrs. Joyce made the decision. Take action. Blow his head. Wait, do this for it. Peaceful. Goodbye. Small peas. Instead of blowing up the cat's head as intended, it passed away peacefully. It seems that Zeus has the ability to check control of explosion or non-explosion, and the option for the thief to blow up the single, simply because he is a bad person. After that, all 7 cats were loaded, placed in front of the spacecraft's door. Zeus took out a silver cloth, cover them. Immediately, the cats stopped moving, quickly gathered together and blended into the silver cloth, finally turned into a ruby session. Zeus placed the ruby session into the spaceship, and the spaceship immediately restore energy and soar. When the spacecraft starts, the aviation authority also discovered out of the correct position and immediately sent agents to arrest him. Zeus was about to leave the Earth. The 3 old people were all very sad. Mrs. Joyce presented Zeus with a crystal ball. Hope it will be remembered, this beautiful planet. And Sandy's father gave him 1 hand-knit sweaters. Not now, so that you can wear it later. As for Mr. Milton, he did not prepare any gifts, just hurriedly handed it to Zeus, their identity cards. Hopefully Zeus will remember his face. Unexpectedly, Zeus made an inviting gesture, in the same way that Mr. Milton invited into the original home. Then he wanted to invite 3 people. Old, go with it. I'm going. I want to go with you. If you don't say it, girls. He is not by his side. Also did not care about him. So he thought that he would go with Zeus too. Starting a new life is better. But at that moment, the phone in the house rang. It was his daughter who called. Not to discuss the disease, but to ask if it was time for him to cut his hair, and said that Saturday would take him, go get a haircut, and then go out to eat together. Compared to arguing all day long, I'd rather go out and play. This phone call made Mr. Milton wave, intention to escape from Earth. At that moment, there was an urgent knock on the door. Is the agent who came to find it. This time, they had no other choice. Just got on the ship with Zeus. Hilla. Just a few seconds later, they came to a desolate place. The 3 of them were a little confused. Unexpectedly, they came to the fall. The other spirit is so fast. Mrs. Sandy checks her phone, see that there is still a signal, and looked at the wrapping papers on the ground, realize they are still on Earth. As a result, Zeus only brought them to a safe place. Then, Mr. Milton knelt down and said goodbye. The last goodbye to Zeus. I'm glad you invited me to your house. I also really want to see the countryside. What does his incense look like? But I've lived on this planet all my life. There are also people here, and the things that are still secretive. I decided, we'll stay here. Do you think Gary remembers us? Gary. Who is Gary? It was Zeus.
Enjoyed the video? Hit subscribe, drop a like, share with your crew, and let me know your thoughts in the comments. Let's talk movies.